Hey guys, no Zoup for you here, and I am with Ray, aka Pigeon of War. And very briefly, because I screwed up big time and didn't have the camera recording, so we're basically covering everything over again, but we're going to make it a lot quicker this time without the side chat. Got a lot of cool things going on right now. You said there's some ships coming out, one in particular Black Friday. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, on our Black Friday sale coming here soon, we will have a ship that players have not seen on our server before. So you'll have to look real close at the bundle. We're not going to like full announce it. But if you look real close, you'll see it. And you might consider buying the bundle because of that.
Very good. Also, you said there's another line coming out here shortly, right?
Yes, in the next couple of weeks, you will see the Japanese DD split coming in on... It's going to be one of our next patches. I'm not going to say the exact date, but you'll know when you see it in the next couple of weeks.
Very cool. I know we're all looking forward to that. And you said there's something unique about these ships as well. They're not going to play as the IJN destroyers that we're all used to, correct?
No, they're going to... Some of them are going to be more gunboat-like. Some of them are going to like survive better in knife fights. They're going to be able to go ahead and engage with cruisers a lot better.
That's actually pretty cool because we all know U.S. destroyers tear Japanese destroyers apart. So awesome. Lastly, Montana. Anything about Montana you can tell us?
I could talk about the Missouri instead.
Yeah, well, the second time I've done that. I did that in the first take too. That didn't make it here. Yeah, Montana, 13.4 kilometer. You know, when you got concealment, awesome battleship that people don't seem to like. But no, talk about the Missouri and Steven Seagal.
So I can tell you that the Missouri is coming to the game, obviously. We've made that no secret. And when it comes to the game, it'll be obtainable via free XP. And I can't tell you exactly how much it's going to be, but I can say the USS Missouri BB-63, it'll be in the game within the next couple of weeks. Can't say the exact date, couple of weeks.
Might be a very good Christmas present coming up or something similar. So,
less than 2 months. I'm pushing for less than 2 months. That's why I'm thinking it'll come out.
One other thing we're going to talk about real quick is balance. And I know we discussed this in length about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, and again, it sucks, but I'm an idiot for not having the camera running. So balance. I was talking about battleships seem to be okay. I don't have a big problem with those. The biggest thing is U.S. cruisers right now, and just cruisers in general. But you have a different take on that, and you don't think the balance is as off as usual. And why is that?
No, I hear players all the time say the balance of cruisers are way off, and they need to be just buffed across the board. Now, one thing we can't do, we can't make cruisers battleships. We're just not going to do that. They're not going to have like 85 millimeters of just battle armament all over. That just doesn't make sense. But what we can do is we investigate the data of all the different ships. As an example, a couple of patches ago, and before the couple patches ago, like in 5.12 or 5.11, me, Phil, and the development team, the whole development team, we were looking at like the New Orleans. And we were looking at the data of the New Orleans, and across the servers, across the data that we had, it wasn't surviving at the rate that we needed it to survive for it to be an attainable ship at that tier. So it got buffs. It got buffs all along it. And as an example, when people say that a ship isn't performing, we look at that and we have to take the data to back that up. So if a ship isn't performing well on our server, we judge it by other servers. We judge it by its survivability, what's its win-loss ratio, how much damage does it put out, how many times does it get knocked out. And then we can make a judgment call by then. As we were saying before, EU server plays completely different from RU server, plays completely different.
Hiding behind mountains, slinging HE, whereas in the US and North America, we like to kind of get out there and go at it with our cruisers. So.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But the way, I think I gave the example before, U.S. battleship meta in our game is typically people like to sit in the back and snipe.
Yep.
You switch servers, you go to Russia, the Russian server. They are just in your face. They're brawling. They're mixing it up. They're never more than 10.
They think everything's a Nikolai. That's what it is exactly. They're playing like yeah.
So we hear your complaints, but we have to make these judgment calls based on all servers. What's good for our server might not be good for the other 3 servers. There has to be a balance across the board for that.
And lastly, everything that you put in the forum and the pigeon nest everywhere, that is actually reviewed. They look at everything. So if you feel that something's not right and you have a legitimate and the emphasis is on legitimate, right?
Don't say like
no radar for Bismarck, because that would
it's just to make it better.
Yeah.
For no reason.
But everything will get looked at, and that's very cool that a company actually listens to us, and I think that's great for the community. So
yeah, here we have Phil. Phil is at this player gathering. His in-game name is Sub Octavian. He's one of the developers from St. Petersburg. Me and him talk on Skype all the time. Anytime we see a complaint in the forum, or a complaint on Facebook, or a complaint on Reddit, anytime we see a complaint and it looks really good, it's legitimate, a player has like a stack of information to go ahead and review it, we will review it together, and Phil will review it with the other development team in St. Petersburg, and then they will make a judgment call like, maybe there's some legitimacy to this, maybe we will go ahead. And an example is like the deck armor for the Montana. There was a legitimate complaint that someone had made, like the deck armor for the Montana is 29 millimeters. It should be 39.
Yep.
We looked into it. We looked into the history of it. The guy posted all the history for us, already did all the legwork for us. We just reviewed it, and we're like, he's right. So
yeah,
next patch,
right.
there
Do
it is.
Very cool.
There, buff it. No problem. As long as you give us a legitimate reason, it'll happen.
Keep buffing that Montana. Keep on buffing her. Keep on buffing her. Can you give her some 18-inch shells? I think I saw something somewhere that said she had 18-inch shells.
If I had a nickel for every time someone says Iowa should get the nuclear tip shells.
Oh, God. That would be awesome.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
Just a 20-kilometer grid square. There's no more grid square.
No more grid square.
No island, no ships, no ocean for a little bit. It's
making like Call of Duty, you sink 10 ships and you get to go nuclear and into the round. So
yeah.
All right, Ray, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you all got something out of this too, and know a little bit more about what goes into balance, and also some really cool ships on the way, something to look forward to. So again, thank you so much. This has been a great event, and thanks for just sharing your insight on everything. Thank you.
No problem, Zoup.
Yep.